Hello, Trash Pandas. I've stolen another catalytic converter. From my friend! They removed it because race car, and trusted me to sell it for them. Why me? Because I'm just the kind of idiot to drive all around town to find out how much can I sell my catalytic converter for. Where do I get the best price? How much are catalytic converters worth anyway? Let's go shopping. I'm happy to get the chance to do this because I got many comments on my last video suggesting that my preferred app is bad. If you haven't seen it, here's the TLDR. If you're asking how much is a catalytic converter worth, I suggest using this app, EcoCat, to get a rough idea because it's what I use. At first, I misunderstood it. It's not telling you the final refined value. It's a scrap buying company that's offering you a price. And they get their price by averaging out all of the recent prices paid for whatever cat you're searching for. And they make it easy and searchable and public. So they believe the prices they're offering are competitive. I don't have to sell to them because I have some pretty good scrapyards around. So today we're going to waste their time and mine price shopping around to see how they all compare. First, we'll use this app to get a baseline. This is how I find out how much my catalytic converter is worth. Now, if your cousin's friend Steven knows a guy who can offer a better price, then leave his number in the comments. But until then, we're going to start here. It says here that this catalytic converter is worth $376.39 Canadian. That's a good price. Now we're going to find out how it compares. Gotta keep this little cutie all safe and sound. Now, our first stop is one of my favorite scrapyards because I also have a whole pile of stainless steel loaded up in the back. Because if we're going to be driving around, we might as well make the most of the gas and the time that we're spending, right? I don't expect the general scrapyards to be as good, but I want to know, and we'll find out together. All right. Let's see what they say. Well, that's a nope. That's $35. I'm not even going to write that down. Let's check the next spot. We're headed to my favorite area of town, the land of big trucks and industry, to check out Federal Metals, a scrapyard that I haven't been to in a long time because they're not in a convenient location. But their prices can be really good. So we'll see how they feel about catalytic converters. A whole new world. Okay, that's a Ford Ranger. So this place simply does not buy catalytic converters, but that's not a big deal because there's plenty left. Okay, here we are at one of my favorites, Recon Metal. Federal and Blackfoot were not interested in catalytic converters. They don't buy them. But let's see how Recon feels. All right, so far, Recon is way ahead at $410. That's a pretty good offer. And already we're beating the app. I got some steel to dump and then we're gonna keep going. Calgary Metals. All right, Calgary Metal was $230 or $280 or something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst either. It was in the middle. Now, I was going to save this one for last because it's the one I'm most excited about and most optimistic about, but they close before the others do. So, now to the big boys, to the big house. The official catalytic converter buyer, Big House Converters. Yeah, you see those gates? Those will close on you real fast if they suspect you're bringing in stolen catalytic converters. These guys don't mess around. So that's why you should spray paint your catalytic converter orange or engrave your VIN number on it to prevent theft. If you've got that stuff engraved on your catalytic converter, then they can identify it as stolen property quickly and easily, connect it to the theft from the vehicle, which you should report, and immediately shut the gates and catch the criminals responsible. So, does it get your cat back? It might, but more importantly, it'll shutter the gates on the criminal activity that is really getting out of hand, let's be honest here. Now, let's see how we do.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad, how are you?
Oh, I'm alright.
I'm making a video about how to get the best price for your catalytic converter, and I kind of figured this is the best price, so I saved it till last, but I'm still just here to price check if I could get a quote on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not the man to do it.
Okay.
There's one guy, he's been doing it for years and years and years.
Yeah.
He's the guy to go to.
All
He's
right.
going to be the older gentleman right there, Sam.
Sure. I can wait.
I'll let him know.
Okay.
And let me just check with Jerome to see about the recording part.
Yeah. All right, I've still got it because I'm not done shopping around, but unsurprisingly, they're the best price so far. Not by a lot. $420. That's only a little bit higher than Recon, but this is the spot that everybody knows about, the dedicated catalytic buyer. And honestly, it was so funny in there. Sam, he's the old master. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I hand it to him, and he's like tossing it up and down. He's like, oh yeah, okay, make and model, probably between 4 or 450. Let me check. It was like a man picking out a cantaloupe or a watermelon at the supermarket. It was. People are funny. Now there's one more. A friend of mine told me his guy is the way to go. Alleycat, aka Capital Converters. Hi, this is Drake. Am I talking to? Hold on. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get the best price for this cat that I've got, and I don't know if I've got the model number. It's one of the ones that it's easy to search for.
Okay, yeah, if you can send me the number and the picture by text, I can give you a price right back.
Sure. Okay, cool beans. Yeah, I'll send that right away. Thanks.
Okay, excellent.
Bye. And now we wait. But by waiting, I mean go to the other place. I just want to get a clear picture of everything available. Good old bare wire. And that was the last one. So bare wire made a pretty reasonable offer of $380. Although credit where it's due, I had those 6 slugs of 410 stainless, and nobody else I went to today would give me anything other than the 12 cents a pound for prepared steel. But bare wire was willing to buy them for the 304 price, which is good because they've got 12% chromium, and I know it's the nickel. Everybody's not the video. Well, the results are in, and what a range. 2 of the general scrap buyers I went to were a flat no, and then the first one that we went to, $35. I wish they just told me no, because that leaves me questioning their pricing structure. And, well, the others were pretty much in line with what I was expecting. Obviously, there was some variation, but I was surprised at how close to the specific catalytic buyers the other scrapyards that were buying them were. So we had a 380, 270, and another 380. And then I was pleasantly surprised with Recon with their offer of 410. The first one from a general scrap buyer that made me think, like, all right, okay. Surprisingly close to the big boys in town, Big House Converters, who at their 420 were absolutely in first. Until a surprise contender, that phone call we made to Capital Converters, he came back with an offer of $450. That's the best price. Now, without getting too off track, this isn't about comparing all of the catalytic converter buyers in Calgary. My goal here was to answer the question, how much is a catalytic converter worth? With a bit of a side mission of how do I find out how much my catalytic converter is worth? I was a bit surprised. The Facebook buyers, I messaged 3 of them. 2 of them didn't respond, so they're non-entities. But the one that did at 380 was right in line with the scrapyards. I'd still go to a scrapyard just for the getting a receipt, but not that far off. Now, I was also surprised at how close the general scrap buyers were in price to the dedicated catalytic converter buyers. Not that Big House Converters doesn't buy all sorts of scrap, they certainly do, but it's in the name. Now, the last video, there were a lot of folks who were saying this app that I use, EcoCat, is bogus. Nobody said that word specifically, but that's the word I'm using. And honestly, I don't understand, because this is exactly what I expected it to do. To reiterate, I'm not encouraging people to sell to them, although their prices are right in line with everything that I've found locally here, so that wouldn't be a bad move other than the cost of shipping. But if you don't have a local buyer, they're okay. Moreover, they're exactly what I've been saying they are. A perfect way to get a baseline to compare to. Because if I didn't start with that, I may have taken that first $35 offer. Well, I wouldn't have, but a person might have. So I still encourage people to use it just to check stuff and see before they go shopping around. This is not a sponsored video, but maybe it should be. I ran out of time running around today, and I didn't actually sell my catalytic converter, but I'll get around to that tomorrow, and I think I'm going to take it to Recon. For a number of different reasons. No, they're not the best price in town, but they're pretty close, and it's not always about making the most money. It can be valuable to build relationships that you appreciate. Now, I realize stolen catalytic converters are a big problem right now, so if you've stumbled across this video accidentally and you've just started thinking to yourself, maybe you should get out there and try stealing a few, stop it. No. No. That's bad. You stop that. To the people who want to go off on me in the comments anyway, fill your boots, boost that engagement. But to the rest of you beautiful creatures, please get an anti-theft device installed. Or at the very least, engrave your VIN number or spray paint stolen or something on your catalytic converter, because that's the only way they can actually connect the seller to a crime and catch them and stop them. I made a whole video about the anti-theft devices, so if you're not sure what your options are, check it out. It's a real kick in the bag if it happens to you, so an ounce of prevention, right? Now, you knew this was coming, but let's get those boosts up. Let's hit that like button. Let's hit that subscribe button, because I know a whole bunch of you are not subscribed, and that's a darn shame, because the only reason I'm making these is to help you make more money. Every time I put one together, I'm thinking, how do I create more value for you? And you can do your part keeping that going by hitting those buttons. Let's get that engagement up and spread the reach far and wide. Either way, thanks for being here. Leave it better than you found it. Keep doing the thing.